All right, guys, in example 6, we're going to be looking at an application problem. So go ahead and read this and copy it down. It says when pediatricians prescribe acetaminophen to children, they prescribe 5 milliliters of acetaminophen for every 25 pounds of the child's weight. If Zoe weighs 80 pounds, how many milliliters of acetaminophen will her doctor prescribe? So when we're going through this and we're trying to set up a proportion, we're really paying attention to those numbers. So we see here 5 milliliters and we see 25 pounds. And so we are comparing medicine to weight. We're going to create our first fraction using those two numbers. So we'll have 5, and we want to label this ml for milliliters over 25 pounds. That's going to be our first ratio. We're going to set that equal to our next ratio. We're going to keep reading, and it says if Zoe weighs 80 pounds, how many milliliters of acetaminophen will her doctor prescribe? So we see that 80 pounds. We want to make sure that that's lined up across from the 80 pounds or from the 25 pounds in the first ratio. And then our unknown will be our X milliliters. Now at this point, we can do our cross multiplication and put our 25X equals 5 times 80, which is 400. Divide both sides by 25. And we'll end up with X equals 16. And don't forget your label. We're talking about medicine, so it would be 16 milliliters. So that's it. That's how you do that problem. Again, you just look for those numbers. And when you see the first two numbers, we're going to create our first ratio based off of those two numbers. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk in class.